What's up, man? I want to talk about, is LeBron James a coach killer? LeBron James, he has a reputation of being a coach killer, of not being too happy with the coach. LeBron James really want to play the LeBron James system, and that's LeBron James handling the ball, dominating the ball most of the time, and guys spotting up, because when he went to Miami, Chris Bosh became a spot up 3-point shooter. Chris Bosh was a dominant low post power forward slash center, and when he went to Miami, he was the odd man out. He had to get in the corner and mostly shoot threes and be a good defensive player, which he did for the 3 years they were there. They were there together. He did that very well, but it minimized him. And a lot of times, especially with a new coach that coaches LeBron, a lot of times they try to implement and play the style that they want to play. Hey, hold on, let me drink some of my tea, man. I got a cold. Let me drink some tea. Got some honey in here. Hey, when you have a cold, get you some tea with honey, man. But if they don't implement the LeBron James system and they try to play their system, it's only going to last so long before LeBron James, get you know, uh, beside itself with the system, because he's used to playing only one way, and that's having the ball in his hands, being able to make all of the decisions. Now, LeBron James has been successful in the LeBron James system, especially in this era, against teams that are not very smart. But if you notice, the teams that were very smart and had veteran players, they were able to defeat LeBron James in the LeBron James system. Like Dallas with Dirk Nowitzki, Sean Marion, Deshaun, and with Tyson Chandler, and Barrera was on that team. Who else was on that team? What I'm missing somebody that was really important on that team. I know Jason Kidd was on that team. So that was a smart team. So they were able to shut LeBron James down. And Mark Cuban was on ESPN, and he essentially told Stephen A. and Skip on how they really shut LeBron James down, and they knew how LeBron James was going to play, and the areas of the floor where he was successful. They just double teamed him, got the ball in his hand, double teamed him, made him uncomfortable. And LeBron James looked very distraught in that series. And another team was the San Antonio Spurs. He had trouble with. He been having trouble with San Antonio Spurs for a while. They were the first ones, that swept him when he first made the finals. They beat him again, but the Miami Heat were able to overcome San Antonio in that game. Was that game 5? No, game 6, when at the end of the game, Manu Ginobili and Kawhi Leonard missed some important free throws, and Miami was able to come back and win that series. And then Golden State. But like I said, the LeBron James system is only good, for teams that are not that smart, because it's not hard to defend it. What he does is just, you have to be, intelligent and smart enough to defend it. And what people don't realize is the first coach killer happened actually when LeBron James was in Cleveland. What was that guy name that was coaching them? I know he got fired, I think, a year after LeBron James got there. I'm trying to figure out that black dude's name. But anyway, they brought in Mike James after that. And he did not really last that long, because when LeBron James was going to leave, Mike Brown, my fault. Mike Brown was the coach they brought in. But when LeBron James was going to leave Cleveland in the summer of 2010, they end up firing Mike Brown and hiring. They fired Mike Brown and they hired the coach that used to coach the Charlotte Hornets. I'm gonna get his name though, but Byron Scott. And they hired Byron Scott. What people don't realize is the Cleveland Cavaliers organization got word that LeBron James wasn't happy with Mike Brown, and they fired Mike Brown, which was a really good coach. Took him to numerous playoff series, and took him to the NBA Finals, which they when they got swept by San Antonio. They fired him because they thought LeBron James was unhappy with him, and then LeBron James ended up signing with Miami. So they lost a really good coach, brought in Byron Scott. I'm not saying Byron Scott wasn't a good coach, but Byron Scott, yes, Mike Brown did have LeBron James, but it's not easy coaching, real good talent. Mike Brown did a great job, but they fired him in hoping that they can keep LeBron James. And then LeBron James ended up leaving. LeBron James left and went down to Miami, and he was unhappy with Eric Spoelstra. Y'all remember when they got into that, when Miami got off to that slow start, and he went up to Pat Riley's office and wanted Pat Riley to coach the team. Pat Riley said, "No, I'm not gonna coach the team." Eric Spoelstra was the coach that was up under him. He taught Eric Spoelstra everything he knew. He said Eric Spoelstra would be a good coach, and LeBron James wanted Eric Spoelstra gone. He wanted Pat Riley to come down and coach the team. And a lot of people don't fail to realize is that's a lot of that was the beginning of the end, because LeBron James was used to getting his way. He was used to controlling the situation, and he couldn't control things in Miami. First of all, that was Dwayne Wade's town, and Pat Riley's town. Pat Riley was the big man on campus next to Dwayne Wade, because Dwayne Wade had previously brought a championship to Miami, brought them their first championship when they had Shaq, Alonzo Mourning, and those guys. But yeah, LeBron James, from that moment on, him and Pat Riley relationship was kind of icy, and then LeBron James left. LeBron James left too because his entourage and Rich Paul and them, they couldn't do what they did in Cleveland. They couldn't. I don't believe they were able to ride on the team, fly on the team plane or nothing like that. And LeBron James didn't like that. I believe his family didn't have a suite or something like that. He wasn't happy about that, but he went back to Cleveland, and y'all remember Cleveland had just hired David Black. And then David Black came in, was coaching the team, and he got them to the NBA Finals, and they lost against Golden State because they lost Kyrie and they lost Kevin Love, before the finals. And the next year, David Black was gone because LeBron James was unhappy with him. So they got rid of him. And it's like, to me, it's fairly obvious. Now he with LA, and now Luke Walton Magic Johnson has already, we only 16 games into the season. I believe the Lakers are like 9-7 or something like that. And now Magic Johnson, now we 16 games into the season. Magic Johnson has already talked to Luke Walton about the team. Y'all see where this is going? I think if LA go on like another 3 or 4 game losing streak, Luke Walton is gone. I believe Luke Walton is gone if they go on another 3 to 4 game losing streak, because it's fairly obvious that LeBron James is not happy with Luke Walton. And then again, Luke Walton, which I didn't realize, Luke Walton was in the same draft class as LeBron James. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're equal, not your equal, you're like your equal in like age and stuff like that. It's like, I'm gonna say it's like your coach. So maybe that's not the biggest thing, but that could be a thing. That could be a thing too. It can be little things like that, man. But to me, the proof is out there. LeBron James he's a coach killer. You can go from Mike Brown to David Black to, he wanted Eric Spoelstra removed, but Pat Riley stepped in that, and did not allow that, or that would have been his third coach that was gone. Paul Silas was LeBron James' first coach. Now I don't know if he got, it was rumors that he got Paul Silas up out of there. So man, that's like three or four coaches. Now he's not the only superstar they have got, was unhappy with a coach and the coach was removed. You know what I'm saying? Magic Johnson, when in his rookie year or second year, he was unhappy with the coach. That's how Pat Riley got the job. They said that Michael Jordan was unhappy with Doug Collins. That's why Doug Collins was removed and Phil Jackson came in. So he's not the first, and he won't be the last. But you got 3 and 4 coaches possibly on your record of you getting of you being unhappy with, and they're no longer there. LeBron James is a coach killer, and now Luke Walton is in trouble. Do you know? Let me tell y'all. Even though the Lakers are struggling, and LeBron James said he was going to be patient and all this stuff as a young team, and my thing is this: LeBron James chose to go to LA. He knew what was going on in LA. He knew the young players, like Magic Johnson said when they first had that meeting. He himself pointing out the strengths and weakness of that LA team. So he knew he was getting himself into. So for him to not be happy with Luke Walton, and not be happy with the situation, and said he was on the verge of cracking and all. I told y'all LeBron James mentally, he's not a mentally strong individual, man. But anyway, that he was on the verge of cracking and all that stuff. I don't feel sorry for him. And to me, Luke Walton shouldn't be fired from that situation, because it's like this. They had a young core last year. That young core, grown last year, grew last year, and now they want to, now they want to blossom. Now all of a sudden you're bringing LeBron James, and with LeBron James, 3 other veterans come in. You know what I'm saying? With Stevenson, Rondo, and Stevenson, Rondo, and JaVale McGee come in. Now you got to integrate that into with the young core of Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Ingram, and Kuzma. And I heard the statement from Kuzma. They said, Kuzma said that before LeBron James got there, when it was rumors that he was going to get there, go there in the summer or whatever, he said if LeBron James come, he come. So that right there tells me that Ingram and at least Ingram, with the personality that Ingram and especially Kuzma got. What's up, man? They did not want LeBron James necessarily on the team. What's up, man? Yeah, I'm talking some basketball, man. I'm talking about LeBron James being a coach killer, man. From Paul Silas, Mike Brown, David Blatt. He wanted Eric Spoelstra moved, but Pat Riley said no. I'm not, because he wanted Pat Riley to come down and coach when Miami got off to that slow start in that first year that the Heatles was together, and he wanted what's name to come down and coach it. What's up with Wall and Bill being traded? They don't get along. You know what I'm saying? Wall and Bill. Okay, this is how it all started. When Bradley Beal first got there, yeah, they got along, because the hierarchy was already set with Bradley Beal understanding that John Wall was the leader of the team and John Wall was the best player. But when John Wall hurt himself and he was out for most of that year, Bradley Beal was able to blossom. Bradley Beal was able to, feel all the good things about being the superstar, being the best player on the team. Then when Wall came back, Wall wanted to reestablish that he was the big dog. But by this time, Bradley Beal was like, I have arrived. And now I want to keep my spot. And then it went from there. Their relationship has been downhill from there. Let me see. Lakers will make the playoffs. I don't think the Lakers are gonna make the playoffs, man. I really don't. First of all, Rondo got hurt. That was a big thing that Rondo got hurt. People don't realize that. See, Lonzo Ball. I like Alonzo Ball. He does a lot of good things. Is that mentally? I don't think he's all in on being a great player. I don't think he's all in. You know what I'm saying? Right now at this juncture of his career. The Lakers organization brought Rondo in to help Lonzo Ball mature. Now that Rondo is hurt and he's going to be hurt for what? He's going to be out for what, 6 to 8, 9 weeks. That's a long time. Is now, can Lonzo Ball step up and play the way he needs to play? We'll see. I mean, he's had some so-so games since he's been the starting point guard. So is he ready to take over? We have to see. But right now the Lakers are 9-7. The Lakers got a lot of problems. The Lakers got a lot of problems, man. First of all, the shooting. They don't have enough spacing. I think they're playing too fast for LeBron James. LeBron James he's going to wear down before the All-Star game with this pace that they're playing. They are playing like what, the second or third fastest pace in the NBA. That's too fast for an aging LeBron James. I know everybody say he in immaculate shape, but the man is 33 years old with a lot of mileage. He like I said before, he's 33, but he has like 36-year-old legs because of all the NBA finals he went to. Yeah, it's great that he went to all them NBA finals, but at the end of your career, it catches up with you. LBJ is still young. No, no. Zone. No, his legs are not young. See, this is why LeBron James doesn't really play defense anymore. He can't be a two-way player anymore. He doesn't have the energy to be a two-way. Now, he's still playing great on the offensive end, but he's saving everything for the offensive end. You know what I'm saying? And now he's playing with a young team that likes to run up and down the court. And the Lakers have to run up and down the court because the Lakers have to score in transition because they're not a good half court offense. They're not good in half court. LeBron James is still haven't went down in the post and become a post player. LeBron James should be going out. LeBron James is essentially a center. He's big. LeBron James is what? He's probably bigger than 85% of centers in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James should be on the block sometimes. That would help him out too if he get on the block. That would help out his team too in spacing. That would help them help his slashers be able to slash to the bucket, get easy shots that way. Him being in the post will cause a double team and get wide open shots for some people, but LeBron James don't want to do that. LeBron James want to continue playing a young man's game with old man legs. And, hey, if he want to do that, let him do that. But by the All-Star break, I'm going to tell you, LeBron James is going to be talking about how tired he is. I'm telling y'all, on how wore out he is. Because you can't continue playing at this pace at that age. He needs to play like AI in what way? He never played. No. If you go look at LeBron James in Cleveland, you go look at LeBron James in Miami. I'm talking about LeBron James when he was with Cleveland the first time. And you go look at LeBron James in Miami, especially the LeBron James in Miami. LeBron James was a really good defensive player back then. It was a lot of people say that LeBron James one of those years should have won Defensive Player of the Year. Now you will hear LeBron James say that he got robbed at a Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, you talking about Al Horford? Yeah. He should play more in the mid post to deep post. That's what LeBron James. I mean, I'm not saying he has to play down there all the whole game, but have a game plan to where he's playing down there in some possessions, at least 20 possessions down there. In the NBA, the way they play right now, the fastest they play right now, and all the possessions they have, these teams are having like 70 to 80 possessions a game, maybe more. But how fast the Lakers play, they probably having like close to 90 possessions. So he can play in the post like 20 possessions. That would help. That would help out their offense. But like I said, he don't want to do that. He want to continue trying to play a young man's game. Zion going to the Hawks. We'll see. We'll see. Name the 8 coming out of the West. The 8 coming out the West, I would say Denver. I would say Utah. I will say Portland. I will say Houston. I will say Golden State, of course. I will say. Did I say? I said Denver. I will say. Who else will come out the West? I'm missing some. I'm missing some people in the West, man. I just looked at the standings today. Hold on. I'm gonna go from the top. I'm gonna go Houston. I'm gonna go Golden State, Houston. I'm gonna go Utah. I'm gonna go Denver. I'm gonna go Portland. I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go. Minnesota Timberwolves. Who else? Who else? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I mean, the Lakers. They may sneak in there, but I don't know, man. I know I'm missing two other teams, but I have to look at the standings. But yeah, I don't I don't see the Lakers making it, man, because the simple fact is this: the Lakers still they still like they're not a dominant team at home. Like it's not like they're a dominant team. See, if I see if the home court advantage, they were like kind of dominant at home, and you can say okay, they can lean on that, but they're like average on the road and average at home. Now, if you a playoff team, you can't be average on the road and average at home. One of those, you have to be real good. You have to be a real good road team or a real good home team, and then you can make the playoffs. But you can't be average on one and average on the other and still think you're gonna make the playoffs. I don't know, man. I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs. They may sneak up in there. I mean, if they just sneak in there, and then who they gonna play in the first round? They're gonna play Houston in the first. Now Houston is hitting a stride now because I told people that Carmelo Anthony thing was not gonna work. That Carmelo Anthony because Carmelo, first of all, Carmelo Anthony needs to play a certain way. Carmelo Anthony needs the ball in his hand. He cannot just be a spot up shooter. That's not what Carmelo Anthony does. He's not a spot up 3-point shooter. Carmelo Anthony is a mid range to mid post player, and he needs to pound the ball. That's why I call him the black hole, because once he get the ball, he's really not going to pass it. Now, he's a really good scorer, but he's not going to pass the ball. And with Houston, the way they system is, he has to be a spot up shooter because Chris Paul and James Harden are going to have the ball in their hands. It's not going to allow Carmelo Anthony to pound that ball. So the reason why Houston Rockets came out and said it is not working is because Carmelo Anthony, for one, is not really buying into the system because it's not conducive for his style. And two, some young players on that bench that Houston got, they can give Houston what Carmelo Anthony is giving them, and they can give them defense. Those young players can give defense, and they can get more energy than Carmelo Anthony. Because on the days that Carmelo Anthony is not scoring, he's not giving you anything because he's not going to play no defense. When Carmelo Anthony was young, he wasn't playing defense. So what you think? You think he's going to get 33 years old and all of a sudden decide to play defense? No, they told him that young dude was going to take some of his minutes, and he didn't like it. He didn't want to do it. See, so Carmelo Anthony, he's not all the way brought in. So, we'll see. But yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that, man. LeBron James is a coach killer, man. Luke Walton, like I said, if the Lakers going like a 3-game losing streak, Luke Walton is out of there. Luke Walton is gone because the writing is already on the wall. It's already been massaged that, when he's gone, nobody's going to be surprised because, Magic Johnson has already spoken to him. But, this is the same people that said they're going to be patient. Magic Johnson said he was going to be patient. LeBron James said he was going to be patient. Remember that in the beginning of the season press conference? We're going to be patient. You're going to give Luke a chance to evaluate the team. We're going to let the team get a chance to get some chemistry. Man, we 16 games in, and they already talking about Luke Walton heads on the chopping block. Man, it's crazy, man. Wherever LeBron James goes, it's a circus. But it always had to be somebody always had to be the problem, the scapegoat. It can't never be LeBron James being held accountable. It's always got to be somebody else's fault. But that's what it is, man. That's what, it is what it is. But hey, Thanks for coming in, y'all zone. But hold on. You said no, L.A. Oh yeah, OKC. Yeah, OKC in the LA Clippers. That's who I'm forgetting. LA Clippers and OKC. Yeah, so I got the Lakers outside of the playoffs, man. I got the Lakers in number 9 seed. Number nine seed. Yeah, so yeah. Those are the two teams I was leaving out. OKC and LA Clippers. Yeah, so yeah, I mean the LA Clippers are quietly playing really good basketball. And LA Clippers are under the radar. They're under the radar right now. Nobody's talking about the LA Clippers, but the LA Clippers are playing some underrated, really good basketball. Doc Rivers. He let go some of the some of his power of being the GM and the coach. Now he's just coaching, and he got a nice little group of young players and veteran players. He got Lou Williams. We all know he won a 6 man a couple times. We got Patrick Beverly with the tough, gritty, hard nose. He got that Hartwell guy. Like he's like a power forward slash center. Kind of like that new age power forward. They can run the floor, but also have some strength to rebound and block shots and play defense. He got some really good young pieces out there. So they quietly winning, man. And nobody really gonna take notice of them until it's too late. And you're gonna look up and see the Clippers are like the 5th seed. And you're like, how did the Clippers become a 5th seed? They quietly playing good basketball, man. They quiet and their team is equipped for today's basketball. They got shooting, they got long athletic players out on the wing. They got just about everything you need. Now, they don't have a superstar. They don't have a superstar, but they have a lot of really good young players. Yeah, that's what they have. So yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. I wanted to talk about something else today, but yeah. Let me get out of here, man. I talked about this basketball thing enough. I'm probably gonna come back with another topic. I think I want to do that. It's another video I wanted to do. Let me check my thing real quick. But yeah, y'all. Yeah. Thanks for coming in, Zone, man, and thanks for helping me out on those last couple teams. Yeah, New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans. Yeah. New Orleans. But New Orleans is they kind of slipping lately because Anthony Davis has been hurt a lot, like a lot. And they were doing good in the beginning of the year. They slipped. I mean, they was on a 4 game losing streak, right? But if Anthony Davis can stay healthy, New Orleans is better than they better than LA in my book. They got better chemistry. They got more, and that's another thing about LA. They haven't fully found out the rotation that they're gonna play and they're gonna stick with because Luke Walton is so worried about not stepping on people's egos and giving people minutes. What you need to do as a basketball coach, you need to identify the players you can trust and what spots you can trust them in, how many minutes you can give them, so the team can build cohesion. If you don't do that, if you don't spot that, and if it takes you too long to spot that, you 30 games in and you still haven't spotted that, the season is gone. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all.